So good morning everybody, Trish Palmer here from Pelin & Palmer Specialty Hypnosis Training. So welcome to eBook creation. I remember when I first got asked to write an ebook, I was like, really? Why would I want to do that? I don't even like writing letters. But now that I've written quite a few books, I'm just like, wow, why did I not do this before? It has helped me so much. And did you know that approximately 20 million US dollars is generated every year just from ebooks? That's not from physical books or CDs or audio books or anything like that. That's just ebooks. That's phenomenal. And surely you have a story of some sort that you'd like to get out there. But the problem is most people are like, I don't really have a story. There are billions of stories being created every second of every moment of every day. And the thing that people love the most are stories. That's why movies are so fantastic. That's why we love cinema. That's why we like watching little videos on Facebook and stuff like that, because it tells us a story and we like to relate to those stories on some level. So let's get into it, all about ebook creation. So why would you want to create an ebook? Like, seriously? Well, people get really impressed when you have written a book. When I tell people that I've actually written a book, they're like, really? You've written a book? It's like it astounds them, like it's something that's so pinnacle that only the gods can create. But you can do it, honestly. With your ebook, you can have it also for free to give away on your webpage or your social media. So that way people can get to know you, they can look at your story, they can get some information, and they can start to relate to you. You can use it to build your email list as well. So people can download it for free. It can build up an email list, and you can say, hey, here's chapter 15, the prelude, so that you can buy it for $10. Simple as that. You can just simply sell your ebook. You can stick it on Amazon, you can stick it on Kindle, you can just stick it on your webpage. You can sell it. You can use it as promotion, so you can put it up as a raffle. You can add value to your clients and things like that. It also creates prestige, because when people go, you've written a book? Really? You've written a book? I'd love to read that. It creates prestige, like, oh wow, they're impressed. And at the end of the day, why not? Why not? So many people have gotten to their deathbed and their biggest regret is that they didn't write their memoirs. So why not? Just take a few moments. I'm going to break it all down for you so that you can actually do some ebook creation for yourself. So just before we start, I actually have... I'm just so excited. My brain is going blank, honestly. We have 16 days till our modern mentoring is launched for anybody who wants to be a founder. So if you want to get early bird access, we are launching it on the 1st of September for early bird accesses only. And then we'll have an official launch on the 1st of October. So if you want to jump in on that, then please do. You get a huge reduction. You get a month's free access as well. You get this early bird pricing. And what we're doing is we're trying to create a community of natural healers that are supportive of each other. Rather than hiring a mentor of some sort, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you've handed over your money and you've finished the 10-week program or whatever it is, you're left for dead, we're actually creating a community. And what you'll get in that community is a free monthly online group healing session, because we all need to get our heads all calm down every now and again. Even I get overwhelmed. We'll also have a brainstorming session so we can nut out any issues that you're having in your business or give you some direction or something like that. You'll get free scripts and recordings each month. You have access to all of our online training sessions. You get access to all of our webinars completely for free. We have a secret Facebook page also, so that every single Tuesday you can jump on there and you can ask myself or my partner John all about technology, business questions, things like that. That's what we're there to help you with. My partner John creates all the web pages, he does all the graphics, he does all the beautiful sounds that are on our website. It's fantastic. So he'll be there to help with all that. You can access all of our business templates as well. We will also be giving ongoing in-depth training and mentoring, because, hey, even we have times where we're just like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's a really good technique. So we'll teach you all that. We'll teach you about your social media, your graphics. We're going to have office hours so you can access us. And it's really wonderful being able to sell online whilst you're asleep and create some money. So if you'd like to get on the modern mentoring, please book your appointment below for early bird access. It only takes half an hour. It's a completely free appointment. We can have a chat. We'll show you what's going on, what we're trying to achieve, and you can decide if you'd like to jump on board. So let's get on to today's episode. So how to create an ebook. Okay, so you're going to need some tools for this. Number one, you need a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Get it out. Okay. Number two, go to a nice quiet place where you're not going to be distracted. So put your phone away. You can have the cat around or the dog, that's fine. But put your phone away or turn your Facebook on silent or something like that. Just a place where you can actually grow inside your own mind. And also grab a pen and a notepad. So here's how to break it down. I want you to focus on just one of these things. Just one. Okay? The greatest ideas come from a singular seed. Not a multitude of them. One singular seed. So just focus on what you feel the most strongest about. Okay? So number one, the X steps to weight loss. Or the X steps to creating your own business. Or the X steps to baking a cake. Start there. Start with something. Or you can choose step number 2, which is the tail of my weight loss, the tail of my business creation, the tail of baking the best chocolate cake in the world. Now, in all honesty, most people, when they first meet you, they actually want to know your story. So you're better off actually writing the tail of and then going from there. It doesn't have to be a complete novel that's like 500-600 pages long. It really doesn't. It can just be a glossed over version of your tale, and then you can go into the X steps of. I highly recommend you do the tale of if you're just starting out. However, if you've got an information system that you want to get out there, then choose step number 1, where the X steps of weight loss, how to do your hair, absolutely anything, okay? Whatever your topic is, what it is that you are really, really good at. I have a girlfriend at pool comp, and I was sitting there last night, and she was like all flustered because she's got this lady that wants to teach her how to do crocheting. And she was like, I don't know how to teach and stuff like that. And when I was watching her taking this lady at pool comp in the middle of the pub, sitting there teaching her how to crochet, I'm like, you know how to do it, darling. She has this wonderful, wonderful criteria on how to crochet. She's a really great teacher. And all she needs to do is release something. And the girl that was learning off her said, oh, well, do you have a web page or something that I could get some of your patterns off? And this other lady started laughing. She's like, no, I could never do that. She's got all the information. It's just not written up. So, yeah, so we had a chat, and we're going to get her some stuff written up. And she's decided to do the X steps of crocheting and get her own system out there. So decide on which one you want to do. Do you want to release a information one, where it's the X amount of steps to your subject, or do you want the tail of your subject? Now you're going to get some more advanced tools, okay? Get a cup of tea with an inspirational mug, a pen and paper, and your laptop or your PC. Because it's great to write down these ideas, but at the same time, once you start writing it digital, then that way you're not going to waste so much time. So now you're going to break it down any further. So let's just say you've chosen the X steps to blah. Break it down into dot points for each step. So if you have 5 steps for weight loss, break down those 5 steps. Write down exactly what those 5 steps are. Now rearrange those 5 steps so that all of those steps flow one into the other. There's no point in saying to someone, here's the 5 steps to weight loss, and step number 1 is stop eating for 24 hours. It's probably not going to work very successfully, where step number 1 should probably purge all the rubbish out of your pantry or something like that, okay? And I don't recommend people stop eating for 24 hours. So rearrange those steps so they flow, because all of a sudden you may actually find that you've got 10 steps to your weight loss book rather than just 5. Or maybe you've eliminated to 4 easy steps instead of 5 because you've found that one step actually integrates with another. Once you've done that, take each single step. So take step number 1 and expand out on it into dot points. What are you going to talk about? So step number 1 might be purge the pantry. And you'll go, rightio, this is how you're going to purge your pantry. Put everything in a box, sort of thing. And then take that box to the local donation place. Write down all those dot steps of what you want to write. They're just chapters. Make sure that they all flow, okay? Once you've done your dot points, then you can write in all of the information into those dot points. So you can expand it out into a paragraph, a chapter, whatever it is that you want to write about in that dot point. Once you've got all of those dot points written out, that's when you write the intro to your book and the outro to your book. So that way you can make it all flow. Once you've done that, then you can write out your content section and you can make your whole book look pretty. So a lot of people think that when you first start writing a book that you need to actually just start at chapter 1, day 1, blah, 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 blah. It's not how it works. You need to nut it out first. Give yourself some dot points to follow. And you might be writing away and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't like that dot point. Let's get rid of it. Or all of a sudden one dot point moves into 2 dot points because you're like, yeah, this one's a bit more in-depth than I first realized. So now we've got the 6 steps sort of thing. Then you write your intro, then your outro. Because there's no point in saying day 1, blah, 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 blah. Because you're going to become overwhelmed. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, there's so much information here. What do I write about? And you get writer's block because you're just like, oh, I can't do this. Just focus on those dot points. Just once each night, go, radio, I'm going to write out dot point number 3 because I really feel like in the mood to talk about fitness and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So that's how you do it. So let's just say you've chosen the tale of hairdressing. Your hairdressing business, okay? So break it down again. It's exactly the same. So you've got your topic, the tale of my hairdressing business. And then you're going to break it down even further into those steps at exactly how you became successful. So you start off with your first dot point might be my decision to do some training. And then stories in my training. And then your next dot point might be something simple like opening day, the first day I opened, how to book clients, and keep going through those dot points. The process is exactly the same. Rearrange all those dot points so that they flow. Now expand out on each one of those dot points. So you might have that very first dot point is the first day I signed my lease and I opened my shop. And then from there, you can write about your first client, the wonderful triumphs that you achieved, the disasters that occurred. And you've got 3 other dot points then to write about and break it all down. Then fill in the paragraph, okay? Write out the dot points. Then write your intro and your outro, how you got started and where you are now. Write out your content section and then make it look pretty. That's how you do it. It takes time. It's completely okay if you want to take 2-3 weeks, months, years to do this. It's up to you, okay? What do you do now? You've got all your content. It's all there. You're sort of like, I'm not quite sure if that works. What have I written about? Have I done that part? This is what you do next. Leave it. Leave it for a week or 2 and then come back to it fresh because you've been looking at this and it gets inside your head and you're just like, oh, did I write that part? What did I do there? How does this all work? Allow yourself some time to just completely not even think about it. Go and do some gardening, go and do your job. Write it in your diary to get that book back out in 2 weeks' time. Your mind will be fresh. I don't know how many times I wrote a book and I'll be like, la, 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 la. I come back 2 weeks later and I'm like, Trish, what were you yabbering on about? That sentence doesn't even make sense. So your mind is fresh when you come back in those 2 weeks and you can see your mistakes. I've written things like not instead of now, but the spell check doesn't pick it up because not is a word when now and now is a word as well. So you can see your mistakes. Go through the pages and look at all your mistakes. Look at what you were talking about and either amplify it or make it smaller. I've written books and I've turned around and I've gone, oh, I wrote that in there twice. I just wrote it 2 different ways. So I was like, all right, just eliminate that part. Also, what you can do is you can put pictures in with your context. So that way you can expand out your book to more pages. It breaks up the content as well, so it keeps the brain stimulated and people know what the flow of the book is about. Also, do the content pages match the actual content? Because when I was actually writing out the contents to some of my books, I had to do it 3 or 4 times because I was changing stuff and moving stuff around and the pages got moved. I also recommend putting in headers and footers into your ebook so that way you can write page number 16 is this and people can just flick through it. And also in your header, use your logo or something like that so that way it is identified as yours. Also have a little bit of a bio. It doesn't have to be long. It's like half a page long so that people can work out where you got your training, how they can relate to you, where you came from, some of the triumphs that you've achieved. Just have a little bit of a bio about yourself. And it doesn't have to be huge. It's like 2-3 paragraphs. That's all it is. Just write about yourself. And if you're struggling to write about yourself, just pretend that you're telling someone about yourself. So they've come up to you like, oh, so what kind of training have you got? I was like, oh, I've got this, blah, 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 blah. Many, many times I've sat there and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to have to interview myself because I can't work it out from head to pen. And I'll start talking to myself. You can do dictate on Word now. So that way you can just click that little microphone, start talking to it, and it'll write it all out on the screen. Now what? You've got your book. It looks awesome. You've got your pictures. You've got your contents. It all flows. What do you do with it? All right. So I highly recommend that you give away digital copies on your Facebook page, your web page, or via email so people can actually start to see it. I actually went and got my book printed at Harvey Norman in the photo centre. It was only 30 pages long. It wasn't absolutely huge. And I put it up for sale in my clinic. It cost me like, I think it was $4 a copy at Harvey Norman. And it was just done through the photo centre. I took screenshots. I put the photo in there instead. I sent it off to Harvey Norman. I got like 10 copies and bang, they were all gone inside my clinic. So you can get them printed up very, very cheaply and very, very easily. You can also use it to add value to your hypnosis service or any service or product that you have. So basically, say if you're a hairdresser and you've got your tale of hairdressing, you could have that to give away to clients or to possible students that you're going to take on board, apprentices and things like that, where people can go, oh, you went through a journey. Many people actually forget that the people that are up there in the hierarchy went through some really horrible stuff to get where they are. They just assume they made it and they did it really easily. And they forget all the trials and tribulations that those people actually went to. Hey, Emma, how you going, beautiful woman? So they forget the triumphs that they had to go through to get to where they are. So don't be afraid to give it away as part of your service. Also, you can make it a free giveaway on your advertising. You can say, hey, get a free book when you come and get your product. It's really, really easy to do. I use it as a freebies in my group sessions and at my events as well. You can also put your book on Amazon or Kindle so people can buy it. Most ebooks will sell between $4 to $20, and that's a lot of revenue when you're working out the market that you're projecting to. You can also donate your book and have a voucher for it for local raffles to promote your service. You can give it away when you're doing public speaking and all that sort of stuff. So there's heaps and heaps of stuff that you can do with your ebook. So make sure you go out and create it. If you want it to become a physical product, go into Harvey Norman and make it into a photo book and actually sell it. It's very, very simple to do. So if you have any questions, just chat to me below. I'm more than happy to answer them. Remember, we have our mentoring actually launching in 16 days. Squealing. If you want to book a free mentoring session, then please click the link below. We'll have a chat. We'll show you the mentoring because you can get early bird access as of the 1st of September, which is not far away. You get a massive reduction and you get a free month to have a look at all of our content and to check out how awesome it is. So if you want to book that appointment, please click on the link below. And if there's anything else you'd like me to do a video on, please let me know. Next week, we'll be doing episode 12, and it's also all about content creation, and you're upcycling it so you can use it on your social media without your brain just going to crap. Because there's heaps of people out there. I love you too, Emma, darling. We need to talk more. We're just so busy. So episode 12 is also about content upcycle. It's about getting your social media content sorted out so your brain doesn't go to crap and you don't get overwhelmed, but you can still be consistent and still be front of mind when it comes to your product or service. But otherwise from that, have an awesome day, everybody. Bye-bye.